All right, let's talk about SEO, or search engine optimization. Now, getting to the top of Google is what everyone wants, right? But what really matters is how you get there. And in the world of SEO, believe me, the path you choose changes everything. It really boils down to something simple. Just like any job, there's the right way to do it, and then there are the shortcuts. And that one choice, right there, defines your entire strategy. These two paths actually have names, and they sound like they're straight out of an old Western movie. You've got White Hat SEO for the good guys, that's the ethical way. And then you have Black Hat SEO for the villains, the unethical route. And these aren't just fun labels, they represent two completely different philosophies on how to win at the search engine game. So first, let's talk about the approach that search engines like Google want you to take. This is White Hat SEO, the path that builds real, sustainable, long-term success. So what is it exactly? Well, think of White Hat SEO as just playing by the rules. It means you're using techniques that are totally cool with all the search engine guidelines. It's even called organic SEO because the whole point is genuine, natural growth, not some manufactured hype. And here is the absolute key to understanding it. White Hat SEO isn't really about tricking an algorithm. It's about making people happy. The entire philosophy is built around one thing: creating a valuable, helpful, and just plain great experience for the actual human beings who visit your site. And this is what that looks like in the real world. We're talking about creating amazing, original content that people actually want to read or watch. It's doing smart keyword research, building links that actually make sense, and of course, making sure your site is technically solid and loads lightning fast. See? It's all about quality and user experience. Okay, so now, let's switch gears and walk down that other path. Welcome to Black Hat SEO. This is the high-stakes game of shortcuts, manipulation, and, well, potentially disastrous results. Black Hat is the total opposite. We're talking about actively, purposefully breaking the search engine's rules. The goal here isn't a good user experience. It's all about tricking the system. And see, search engines hate this because their entire business model is built on trust. When you search for something, you trust them to give you good results. Black Hat techniques poison those results with spam, which breaks that trust. That's why they fight it so hard. One of the oldest tricks in the book is something called keyword stuffing. This is where you basically pick a keyword you want to rank for and just cram it onto a page over and over and over again, usually in a way that sounds completely insane to a human reader. I mean, seriously, imagine reading a paragraph that says, "We do digital marketing. Our digital marketing agency is the best at digital marketing because digital marketing is what we do." It's gibberish to a person, right? The hope is that a search engine will see the keyword a million times and just rank the page. Huge red flag. Then there's an even sneakier tactic called cloaking. This is a classic bait and switch. You show one version of your page to the Google search bot, a version that's just packed with keywords, and then you show a completely different, usually much worse, page to the actual person who clicks on the link. And the risk here? Oh, it's enormous. If a search engine catches you doing this stuff, it's not a slap on the wrist. Your entire website can be completely blacklisted. That means it gets removed from search results entirely. Poof! It's like you've become invisible online. And the list just keeps going, from straight up stealing someone else's content, to hiding keywords by making the text the same color as the background, to creating thousands of spammy, irrelevant links. They're all just different ways to try and game the system, and search engines have gotten ridiculously smart at catching them. So, this begs a pretty big question, right? If the risks are so incredibly high, why would anyone even think about doing this? Well, the answer isn't quite as black and white as you might think. That's because, in the real world, it's not always a clear choice between good and evil. A lot of people operate in this third category, this murky middle ground known as Gray Hat SEO. Gray Hat SEO is, well, it's exactly what it sounds like, a mix of both. It's a strategy that isn't totally pure and ethical, but it's not explicitly trying to break everything either. The huge problem is that search engines don't publish a clear rulebook for this stuff, so you're always playing in a high-risk zone. Now, this is a great way to picture it. An SEO pro might be doing 95% of their work using perfectly fine white hat methods, but then they mix in just 5% of something a little more aggressive, something that kind of pushes the boundaries. But here's the real danger.
How do you know if that 5% is okay? When does a tactic that's just a little bit aggressive cross over into being a full-on black hat violation that gets your site hammered? The scary truth is, you often don't know until it's way too late. That line is dangerously thin, and it's always moving.
So, what does all this mean for you, especially if you're just starting out? It means there's really only one safe, reliable path you should even think about taking. Look, being able to even try to navigate that gray area comes from years and years of experience. It's about calculating huge risks, and even the most seasoned experts get it wrong sometimes and wake up to find their sites have vanished. For a beginner, trying this is like walking a tightrope with a blindfold on. So here it is, your playbook for anyone new to SEO. It's simple and it's clear. Number 1, focus 100% of your effort on white hat techniques. Number 2, always, and I mean always, put your human audience first. And number 3, just avoid the risky shortcuts. Building slowly and safely is the only way to guarantee you'll be around for the long haul. In the end, it all comes down to this one question. Yeah, you might get a quick win, a short-term boost, by bending or breaking the rules. But you have to ask yourself, is that temporary gain really worth the permanent risk of being completely erased from the internet? That's the choice everyone in this game has to make.